Rejecting the Sabbath is rejecting God's authority. The fourth commandment thunders with divine clarity. Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. Exodus 28. Not a suggestion, not a tradition, a command. Engraved by the very finger of God, not whispered by prophets, not penned by apostles, but chiseled into stone by the Almighty Himself. And yet pastors dismiss it, imams ignore it, priests redefine it, and modern Christians twist it. But here's the truth. Rejecting the Sabbath is rejecting God's authority. You say you love God? You sing His praises, lift your hands, cry out in worship, and yet you trample His holy day underfoot. You pick and choose which commandments to honor and which to toss aside like spoiled leftovers. But God's word is not a buffet. You don't get to keep 9 and throw out the 4th. When you break the Sabbath, you are not just breaking a rule. You are rebelling against the throne of God. The Sabbath is the weekly seal of the Creator's authority. It identifies who God is. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth. Exodus 20:11. It is His signature over time. To reject the Sabbath is to reject His right to rule. Let that sink in. The Sabbath was made before there was sin, before there were Jews, before Moses, before circumcision, before Levitical law. It was sanctified in Eden, Genesis 2:1-3. And if it was holy then, who made it unholy now? Did God change? Did Jesus erase it? Show me the verse. Pastors say, the Sabbath was for the Jews. Then why did Jesus, the Jew of Jews, the Lord of the Sabbath, keep it? Luke 4:16. Why did Gentiles beg to hear the gospel preached again the next Sabbath? Acts 13:42-44. Why did Paul keep preaching on the Sabbath long after the resurrection? Because Sunday was never made holy by God. It was made holy by man, and man has no authority to overrule the Creator. You say, we worship every day. Then why are millions gathering every Sunday and not every day? You say, Jesus is my rest. Then why did Jesus say, if ye love me, keep my commandments? John 14:15. Are we now so deceived that we call commandment-keeping legalism and rebellion grace? Rejecting the Sabbath is not just a doctrinal disagreement, it is a spiritual insurrection against the government of heaven. It is the very spirit of Antichrist that dares to think to change times and laws, Daniel 7:25. And the world has followed the beast blindly, exchanging God's holy day for man's tradition. Let every priest, pastor, imam, and skeptic hear this loud and clear. You may reject the Sabbath, but you are not just rejecting a day. You are rejecting the authority of the one who gave it. The Sabbath is not about a calendar. It is about a covenant. It is not a matter of convenience. It is a matter of loyalty. Who do you serve, God or man? Because obedience reveals allegiance. And when you cast aside the Sabbath, you cast aside the sign that you belong to God. Ezekiel chapter 20:12-20. When judgment comes, God will not ask what your pastor taught or your priest excused. He will ask if you kept His commandments, not 9, 10, not in part, but in full. Will you stand among the faithful or fall with the lawless? The Sabbath is not bondage, it is liberation. It is a return to Eden, a divine invitation to rest under the authority of the King of Kings. And those who reject it, reject Him.